7 or 8 years ago, I received a message from some intermediaries that Tommy Robinson wanted to meet me privately in a London hotel. He was due for a visit to the Royal Courts of Justice, and he wanted me to stand next to him in a cassock, as I had those days, in solidarity on the steps of the Royal Courts of Justice. I told him that until he became a Christian, I couldn't stand alongside him for 2 reasons. The first was that he had suffered such intense toxification at the hands of the establishment that no one could stand next to him and survive the public opprobrium that would inevitably be poured upon them, at which point I'd have been no use to him. But more importantly, I was convinced that no political solution could do anything but lead us deeper and further into cultural conflict, and that only a movement founded on the renewal of our relationship with Christ and the determination to reclaim Christendom could be acceptable or effective. I asked him that if I could explain to him why becoming a Christian was so important for him as an individual and why it would matter to him personally. I tried to persuade him of his need for Jesus and to explain why Jesus was the answer to the cultural and political crisis. He allowed me very generously to lay hands on him and pray for him, and I left with some hope. A short time later, though, a friend sent me a private video he'd released for supporters mocking our conversation and explaining how an Anglican bishop had tried to convert him and failed. A great deal has happened in the years since. Perhaps the 2 most significant events were his interview with Jordan Peterson and his time as a political prisoner in solitary confinement. At the same time, he was seen leaving prison clutching a rosary. Clearly, somebody in prison had more effect than I had had. And it's beginning to seem entirely possible, suddenly, that people may have been able to earn his trust and explain how important Christ is to what he's trying to do, and the legitimate claims of the Catholic Church on his heart and mind and on the soul of the United Kingdom.